God says, 45 minutes left, and I can see what's coming. It is beautiful, magnificent, and beyond imagination. A miracle that could only be described as heavenly is standing at the door of your life. But child, hear this loud and clear: you are making a mistake right now, and this mistake could make that door close. Archangel Michael is standing before me, his eyes filled with emotion, his voice shaking with urgency, saying, "Please, tell them. Don't let them miss this. Tell them what I saw. Tell them I am begging them to stop this one thing they're doing, because if they do, the miracle will break through like light in the darkness." You think this is just another message. You think maybe there will be another chance. But God is saying, not this time. This is different. This window is narrow. You are being watched by angels and followed by favor, but your doubt, your delay, is becoming dangerous. Michael has fought demons for you. He has protected you when no one else even knew what was going on. When you were up at 3 a.m., thinking the whole world had forgotten you, Michael was standing guard. When someone cursed your name in a whisper, Michael intercepted it before it reached you. And now, he's not just protecting you, he's trying to warn you. You were chosen for this moment. Not by accident, not by mistake. Before the universe breathed, before oceans roared, before stars sang, God had whispered your name and marked this exact hour. The spiritual clock is ticking. 45 minutes may feel like nothing to this world, but in heaven's realm, it is a countdown echoing across the throne room of God. Angels are watching. The wind is waiting. The miracle is ready. But one wrong move, one act of silence, one hesitation, can shift the course. You know exactly what this message is about. Don't pretend you don't. That thought in your heart, the one you just pushed aside, that decision you've been avoiding, that's the thing Michael is pointing at. They're about to do something, he cried, and if they do it, it will block the blessing I was commanded to bring. God says, you've prayed for breakthrough. You've cried for confirmation. You've begged me to give you one more chance. Now here it is. Wrapped in urgency. Surrounded by light. Do not delay. There's someone in your life you're still holding on to who keeps poisoning your spirit. And every time I tried to pull you away, you returned. Michael cried the last time you ran back into that darkness. He didn't say a word, just stood in the corner of your room and wept silently. Because he knew you were slipping again. But still, he guarded you. Still, he stayed. And now, heaven is giving one final warning. Not to harm you. Not to scare you. But to protect what's coming. Because what's coming is sacred. A miracle wrapped in layers of divine favor. A person is being sent to you, someone whose arrival will shock you. They carry the answer to your prayer. They carry healing in their words. And if you're in the wrong place, if your heart is tangled with the wrong energy, when they arrive, you will not recognize them. You will not be ready. And the clock is ticking. Michael whispered something that shook the skies. He said, I tried to whisper this message gently. I tried to speak through dreams, through signs, through numbers, through songs on the radio. But they didn't hear me. So now, I'm asking God to speak it loud. I'm asking for thunder in their soul. Let this message feel like fire in their chest. Let them know it's not imagination. Let them know, this is real. You've been asking why the delay happened. Why that door shut. Why that person disappeared. You thought it was punishment. It wasn't. It was protection. That thing you called rejection was really a sword from heaven slicing away what would have destroyed you. And now, you're being given a rare glimpse, an early access moment, where God is letting you see both the warning and the reward. If you obey this voice now, if you surrender what He's asking you to surrender, you'll be shocked how fast the atmosphere shifts. Within 45 minutes, a shift is beginning. An energetic stirring. A divine alignment. Something in your life that's been locked is about to swing wide open, but you must be in the right position. That means mentally, emotionally, spiritually. If your heart is still connected to what's dying, you cannot walk into what's about to live. Michael is pacing. You can't see him, but if you felt that shiver down your spine, that heat in your palms, that pull toward this message, it's because he is near. He's standing at the threshold between this world and heaven's realm, holding back a blessing so mighty it would silence all your fears. But he cannot release it if you're tied to a lie. There is someone who lied to you recently. They smiled while hiding something behind their back. And heaven saw it. God says, I will not allow their deception to blind my chosen one. I will expose them soon, but you must step away before the storm hits. Michael says this person carries a spirit of confusion, a fog that clouds your intuition. Every time you talk to them, your clarity fades. That's not a coincidence. It's a spiritual interference. You were doing so well. You started to believe again. You opened your heart. And just as light began to pour in, the enemy sent a counterfeit. Someone dressed in familiarity but soaked in manipulation. God says, this isn't punishment. This is your training. I am teaching you how to discern. I am teaching you to recognize the difference between almost and anointed. And here's the truth, you've been almost blessed before. Almost healed. Almost chosen. Almost loved the way you deserved. But not this time. This time, God says, I don't want almost. I want overflow. But I need your obedience. This is not about religion. This is not about perfection. This is about alignment. This is about trust. This is about whether you will honor the voice of God when it comes softly, or whether He must shake the ground to get your attention. Michael asked God one final time, "Should I intervene? Should I send the miracle early?" God looked into eternity and said, "Only if they choose rightly. Only if they release what I never gave them. Then yes. Release it. Release the inheritance. Release the person carrying the scroll. Release the open door. The person with the scroll, oh, beloved, you don't even know what that means yet. But soon, someone will come to you. Either online, or in a dream, or through someone else's voice, and what they say will feel like thunder. They carry the scroll. A divine blueprint. Your name is written in fire across it. But if you're not in alignment, you won't even know it's yours. That's the danger of delay. That's why Michael is pleading. 45 minutes is all that's left. Maybe even less by now. Don't wait. Don't wait until it's safe. Don't wait until it makes sense. Just obey. Just surrender. Just say, "God, if this is from you, I will not delay anymore. I choose your way. I choose the unknown if you're in it. I release the familiar if it's not from you. I want what you want, even if it means walking away from what I thought I needed." Heaven will honor that prayer more than any sermon. That is the kind of faith that moves angels. That is the kind of trust that unlocks inheritance. And the inheritance is ready. A financial release. A healing breakthrough. A divine partner. A relocation. A hidden gift. A sudden elevation. A restoration of something you thought was gone forever. A miracle so personal it will make you fall to your knees in awe. But obedience is the price. And this is the moment. No more signs will be given after this. No more delays. No more gentle whispers. You already know what God is asking you to release. This is not about guessing. This is about surrender. Michael is not playing. God is not silent. Heaven is not indifferent. You are not alone. You are not forgotten. You are not too late. But you are standing at the final edge of a divine countdown. Say yes. Say it with your soul. Say it in your actions. Say it before the 45 minutes pass. Because when that clock strikes, the miracle will either enter or vanish. And Michael will either fly forward or fall back. It's your choice. You already know what to do. Do it now. God says, 45 minutes left. Archangel Michael is standing at the gate of your life with trembling hands, holding a scroll that glows in gold. His voice is shaky, not because he is weak, but because you haven't yet opened what was sent to protect you. The sky is growing darker not because the sun is setting, but because a decision is being made in heaven that can shift the axis of your destiny. Your name is written on something holy, something urgent, something that was hidden for a long time, but now it's being opened and exposed. Because you are making a mistake. A mistake you don't even realize you are making. And the miracle that was circling your life like a bird looking for a branch to land is losing patience. Archangel Michael is not shouting. He is whispering. And that whisper is louder than thunder. He's saying, please, please don't do this. Don't ignore this message like the others. Don't pretend you don't know what this is about. Deep inside you, there is a part of you already trembling. You felt something today, didn't you? A strange chill, a strange heaviness in your chest, something you couldn't explain but brushed off as random. It wasn't random. It was divine alert. You have been walking toward a doorway you think is right, but it's a mirror. Behind that door is not light. It's delay. Behind that door is not peace. It's a test. One that you're not meant to walk into. Not yet. Because something better is about to open just behind the next corner. That's why this message came now. That's why the angels have been trying to speak through dreams, through songs, through repeating numbers, through the sudden sound of your name in unexpected places. You think you've been imagining things, don't you? But you haven't. Heaven has been speaking. Loudly. And you keep turning down the volume because your heart is tired. But this moment was prophesied. 45 minutes left. There is a woman. She knows something about you. Something you don't know she knows. And she has tried to delay something important in your life. Not through curses or hate, but through manipulation. Through spiritual blindness. She's been praying for you not to receive what was always meant to be yours. She doesn't even think she's doing anything wrong. But heaven has seen. Archangel Michael saw her light a candle in secret, not for your rise, but for your confusion. And now he is coming to undo what was done. But you must act. Your name has been called in the throne room. The scroll Michael holds has 3 seals. 2 have already broken. The 3rd will break the moment you fully open your heart and say, God, I accept this miracle. Show me the truth. That's all it takes. That one sentence will begin a domino of divine interventions that will make even your enemies weep with confusion. Because what is about to happen will not make sense to the human mind. It's spiritual. It's encoded. It's powerful. There is a door opening behind the scenes. A person who thought they lost you forever is about to cry when they see the sign. A millionaire, yes, a real one, is about to make a move that will indirectly or directly bless you. But if you walk in the wrong direction in these next 45 minutes, if you delay, the alignment will shift. You'll still be blessed, but you'll have to wait longer. You'll have to go through another cycle of heaviness before the miracle realigns. God does not want that. That's why Archangel Michael is crying. Yes, crying. He has protected you from accidents you didn't even know about. He stood between you and an emotional betrayal. You felt disappointment, yes, but you have no idea how much deeper it could have been. Michael intercepted it. He blocked a message someone was going to send you that would have shattered your trust in someone forever. He held that message in the spiritual realm and whispered to you instead. He let you feel the truth without exposing the pain. But if you ignore this warning, he cannot hold back the next consequence. 45 minutes. Tick. 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 This is not about fear. It's about awareness. You're not cursed. You're chosen. But chosen ones are often tested the hardest, delayed the longest, and attacked the most, because their light disturbs what is dark. You disturb what is false. You disturb what is fake. And that's why certain people pull away from you randomly. They can't handle your light. That's why some people pretend they love you but secretly feel jealous when good things happen to you. But God is now exposing every hidden enemy disguised as support. Every fake smile is about to melt under divine exposure. You won't have to say a word. Heaven will handle it. Michael is asking, will you let me fight for you or not? Will you stop ignoring the signs? You've been seeing 1111 more. Or 444. That's no accident. Those were angelic timestamps. They were sent to make you pause and think. But instead, you dismissed them. Not your fault, you've been tired. You've been overwhelmed. You've been surviving. But now is the moment to rise. God says, I didn't bring you this far just to watch you sabotage your promise out of fear. You were not born for delay. You were not created for confusion. You were not designed for rejection. Those were training seasons. But now, the scroll is about to open. A person from your past will try to reach you, but don't answer yet. Because they are being watched. Someone around them is monitoring who they speak to. And your connection to them could delay the miracle. Wait until you feel peace, then you'll know. Someone you haven't spoken to in a long time is thinking about you heavily. They want to say sorry. They want to make things right. But shame is holding them back. Archangel Michael says, their heart is under transformation. But don't go back just because they cry. Go back only if their actions change. You are not the same person you were when they hurt you. You've grown. And heaven is proud of you. But pride won't help now. Surrender will. 40 minutes left. A document is being signed. You don't know this yet. But something with your name is circulating. Could be a legal matter. Could be an inheritance. Could be a spiritual contract being approved in heaven. Either way, the enemy is trying to interfere with it by distracting you emotionally. That's why certain people have been irritating you lately. They are being used to shift your focus. Don't fall for it. Stay centered. God says, I saw you when you cried silently and told no one. I watched you sleep with heaviness, pretending to be okay when you were falling apart. I counted every tear. And now I count every blessing I'm sending. But you must be in position to receive it. That means stop looking back. Stop asking, why did they leave, and start asking, what's coming now that they're gone? Because what's coming is no longer delay. What's coming is divine acceleration. But only if you open now. Michael says, the enemy has placed a spiritual fog over your decisions lately. You've been unsure, anxious, second-guessing yourself. That's not your voice. That's confusion. And confusion is not from God. The moment you open your mouth and declare clarity, the fog will lift. Say it out loud, I break every spirit of confusion. I declare alignment, peace, and divine guidance. Speak it now. The angels are waiting to act on your words. Life and death are in your tongue. A child's voice will soon echo in your path, not necessarily a literal child, but someone with an innocent spirit. They will say something simple that will strike you like lightning. That's a sign. Pay attention to that moment. It will unlock something buried in you. Something you forgot. A dream you gave up on. A calling you buried. That voice is not random. It's a reminder. 35 minutes left. Heaven is not pressuring you. Heaven is inviting you to walk in your highest self. To stop living for others. To stop betraying your inner truth just to be accepted by people who are silently threatened by your light. You've been dimming your voice so others don't feel small. But now it's time. Speak. Rise. Glow. God says, someone tried to replace you. In love. In work. In friendship. They thought you were dispensable. But now, they are facing the truth. No one can fill your role. You were assigned by heaven, not hired by humans. That's why you were rejected, because they didn't recognize your royalty. But now they're watching you rise, silently. Don't look back. Don't prove anything. Just keep walking. Archangel Michael says a huge financial shift is coming. But first, you must release guilt. Guilt for wanting more. Guilt for thinking big. Guilt for leaving behind those who refuse to grow. You're not greedy. You're not selfish. You're aligned. God placed those desires in your spirit because they match your divine assignment. Your abundance will fund your purpose. So stop shrinking. 30 minutes left. The scroll is glowing now. Michael can barely hold it anymore. He is kneeling. Not in weakness, but in reverence to what you carry. Your destiny is no joke. That's why the warfare has been insane. That's why the heartbreaks felt like death. That's why the delays were so long. But the moment you say yes, fully, not halfway, things will move fast. Too fast to even explain. A name is about to come up in your life again. A name you thought was gone forever. When it shows up, pause. Don't react. Ask for discernment. It could be restoration. Or it could be distraction. Either way, heaven will confirm it if you listen. God says, I know you feel tired. But you're not defeated. You're at the edge. The edge of breakthrough. And most people give up right before the release. Don't be one of them. Michael is here. He's holding your hand. He's fighting what you can't see. But you must obey this tug in your spirit. You must stop delaying. Your angels are circling you right now. Can you feel it? The chills. The flicker of light. The strange silence before something big. That's not anxiety. That's spiritual awareness. Your spirit knows what your mind hasn't caught up to yet. The miracle is not coming. It's here. But your alignment decides how fast it unfolds. 25 minutes left. Open this message in your heart. Read it again if you must. Don't scroll past this like the others. Archangel Michael is weeping. Not because he's losing, but because he loves you. And he's tired of watching you hurt when you were meant to fly. Open. Surrender. Obey. Because the biggest miracle of your life is closer than your next breath. If you believe in God, type Amen. God says, stop right now and listen to me. This message isn't an accident. This moment was written before time began. You're reading this because heaven aligned it. You're not just seeing words on a screen, you're being directly reached by heaven's voice. You have 45 minutes left, not because your life is ending, but because your next miracle is standing at the door. It's waiting for your yes. It's waiting for your surrender. It's waiting for you to open your spirit. And Archangel Michael, the warrior of heaven, is begging you not to make this mistake. You've been warned before. But this time, the miracle is too close, and the mistake is too dangerous. Michael is standing right behind you. His voice is not angry, it's shaking with emotion. He sees what you're about to do. He sees the decision that looks small to you but will block the flood of blessings God is preparing to send. Please, don't do this. Please don't act on the fear, the doubt, the anger, the pressure that's been mounting. That isn't your voice, that's confusion sent by the enemy. You're about to make a choice that heaven did not approve, and if you take this wrong step, you will delay the miracle that has already been dispatched to you. The window is open now, but windows don't stay open forever. You were chosen for this message because your heart matters to God. Your destiny is marked. You've cried out so many times, when will it be my turn? And God heard every single word. He's not just watching you, He's been moving heaven and earth to get your life back on track. He's already assigned angels to shift the obstacles out of your path. He's already put your name on hearts of strangers who are about to help you. He's already arranged for resources, for favor, for restoration. And now, the final piece depends on you, your faith, your obedience, your trust. This isn't the time to give in to fear. This isn't the time to lash out. This isn't the time to walk away from the thing that seems confusing, just because you don't understand it yet. Your miracle is so close, it's already begun to vibrate through your atmosphere. That's why the spiritual attacks have increased. That's why your mind has been more anxious lately. That's why the past keeps coming up to haunt you. The enemy wants you distracted. He wants you triggered. He wants you to feel overwhelmed so you sabotage the very thing you've been praying for. But Archangel Michael says stop. Breathe. Pray. Because this can still be saved. What you don't know is that heaven is not only watching you, it's depending on you. Your miracle is not just for you, it's connected to others. If you quit now, if you turn away now, you'll block the chain reaction of blessings that were supposed to touch others through you. That's how important you are. That's how rare you are. That's how critical your position is in the spiritual realm. You may feel small in this world, but in heaven's eyes, you're massive. You're a key. You're a light. You're a vessel. And the enemy knows it. God says you've come too far to walk away. You've survived too much to let this be the thing that defeats you. You've battled demons most people will never know about. You've carried wounds that you never let anyone see. You've smiled while bleeding internally. And yet, here you are, still standing, still fighting, still hoping. That hope is your power. Don't kill it now. Don't silence it just because the waiting feels long. You're not being punished, you're being refined. Yes, God knows how tired you are. He knows how much you've sacrificed. He knows how many nights you've cried silently so others wouldn't hear. But those tears weren't wasted. They watered the seeds of your next season. And now, that harvest is beginning. But if you make this one mistake, if you let fear win, if you say something you can't unsay, or take action from panic instead of prayer, you will abort the miracle. Archangel Michael says your miracle is not cancelled, but it is fragile. Handle this moment with reverence. Handle your words and decisions with care. You are being watched, not by people, but by heaven. The time is short because this is a divine appointment. A door is opening that only opens once in a generation. The timing is precise. The alignment is rare. You have a blessing coming that doesn't follow logic. You have favor coming that doesn't match your resume. You have restoration coming that the enemy fought hard to delay. But it's here. It's in motion. It's already begun. Heaven is rejoicing in anticipation. The angels are singing your name. But there's a stillness required. Don't make a move until you pray. Don't act from emotion. Pause. Let the Spirit lead. Listen deeply, even if it's uncomfortable. God is saying, I have never forgotten you. I have never ignored your cries. I have never taken my eyes off you. I know the mistakes you've made. I know the guilt you carry. I know the secrets you fear being exposed. But I still love you. I still want you. I still have a plan for you. You are not disqualified. You are not cursed. You are not rejected. You are still mine. And I will fight for you, but I cannot override your will. If you choose to run from me now, I will still love you, but the miracle will be delayed. You're reading this message because heaven is doing CPR on your soul. You've been suffocating under the pressure, and God is breathing life into you again. This is a rescue mission. Don't ignore the signs. That strange feeling in your chest, that's not anxiety, it's activation. Your spirit knows this is truth. Your heart is responding to the sound of heaven calling you back. Back to purpose. Back to trust. Back to surrender. Archangel Michael is pleading. He doesn't often weep, but he is now. Because he's fought battles for you that you never even saw. He shielded you from car crashes, breakdowns, mental collapse, spiritual attacks, heartbreaks, demonic traps, and now he sees you about to make a decision from the flesh instead of faith. He is reaching toward you. He is whispering your name into heaven. Please, don't do this. Please trust the voice of God over the voice of fear. Please lean in instead of lashing out. This next chapter is bigger than your pain. It's bigger than your past. You're not being punished, you're being positioned. That closed door wasn't rejection, it was redirection. That delay wasn't denial, it was protection. That silence wasn't abandonment, it was divine construction. You're about to see the purpose behind the pain. You're about to understand why the waiting was necessary. But only if you don't sabotage it now. Only if you hold on. Only if you trust, even when it makes no sense. God says, I am still in control. I have not left you. I am standing behind you, and Archangel Michael is in front of you. The enemy cannot break the hedge I've placed around you, unless you open the door yourself. That's why this moment is critical. You're either about to unlock a blessing or unleash a battle. Choose wisely. Think before you speak. Pray before you move. Seek me before you assume. This is too important. The miracle is coming like a wave. You can't see it yet, but it's about to crash into your life and wash away every trace of lack, sorrow, sickness, and despair. But if you step out of position now, if you let your emotions speak louder than my spirit, you will miss the tide. And it won't return for a long time. I'm not trying to scare you. I'm trying to awaken you. This is your moment. This is your time. This is your hour of visitation. Don't let it pass you by. Michael is roaring in the spirit. He's drawing his sword, not in battle, but in defense. He's defending your future. He's defending your name. He's defending your heart. But even he cannot protect you from your own choices. That's why this message had to come through. That's why we had to interrupt your day. That's why heaven broke through your scrolling, your searching, your stress, because your soul is at stake. You think it's just a small decision. But God sees the chain reaction it will cause. He sees the doors that will close. He sees the delays it will cause. And He wants better for you. He wants to bless you so abundantly that even your enemies will shake their heads in awe. He wants to flood you with so much peace that people ask, what changed? But He needs your cooperation. He needs your surrender. He needs your yes. Right now, there is a window of 45 minutes. Not because God is running out of patience, but because this is the moment of divine crossing. Your spirit is standing at a crossroads. To the left is fear, pride, anger, and delay. To the right is trust, surrender, humility, and breakthrough. Heaven is hoping you choose right. Heaven is cheering for you. Angels are lining up to assist. But the first move must come from you. And it must come from faith. You may not know what to do, but you know how to pray. Even if your prayer is broken. Even if it's one word. Even if it's just, God, help me. That's enough. That opens the gate. That shifts the atmosphere. That activates the miracle. And once the miracle begins, nothing can stop it. Not the enemy. Not your past. Not your guilt. Nothing. But you must not make that mistake. You must not speak that word in anger. You must not take that action in fear. You must not walk away from the very thing God is using to bless you. Sometimes, the blessing is disguised in conflict. Sometimes, the miracle is hidden in what feels like a mess. But trust me, I work best in chaos. I birth glory from ashes. I resurrect what looks dead. And I do it perfectly. So this is your moment. This is your invitation. Not from a person, from heaven. God says, I love you. I believe in you. I'm proud of you. And I'm still here. I've never left. But I'm warning you, don't make this mistake. Don't let this miracle pass. You were born for such a time as this. Now breathe. Pray. And trust. 45 minutes left. That's what heaven says. That's what Archangel Michael keeps repeating with trembling in his voice. You are on the edge of something huge, something powerful, sacred, and completely life-altering. But you're standing on the edge, hesitating. And Michael is watching. He is watching you with eyes full of urgency, wings stretched wide, energy pulsing like firelight from heaven. He keeps whispering your name. He's saying, please don't make this mistake. Please don't turn away. Please don't ignore this. Not this time. Not when we're this close. God has sent this message in divine timing. You didn't just scroll here. You didn't just end up reading this by accident. This message is heaven's last attempt to pull you out of a choice, a thought, a fear that could destroy something miraculous. There is a blessing, glowing bright and moving toward you fast. And yet you don't see it fully because you're trapped in overthinking, doubt, confusion, or the weight of yesterday's wounds. But God says, this is not your past. This is not a replay. This is new. This is holy. This is me. There is a countdown happening in the spirit world. Angels are lining up. Archangel Michael is holding something wrapped in divine light. It's yours. But it can only be released if you make the right turn now. It's not about perfection, it's about your heart. Right now, your heart is at war. One part wants to believe. The other part is tired of being disappointed. And God sees it. He sees the secret struggle. He sees how many times you've given your best and been left empty. But now He speaks in thunder. This time is different. I'm in it. I'm on it. I am about to release what the enemy tried desperately to delay. Michael's voice rises louder. Don't go silent now. Don't shut down. Don't pull away. Don't disconnect from the divine. You're only 45 minutes away from something sacred. There is a miracle God has been preparing behind the scenes, and it's tied to your obedience, your faith, and your surrender in this exact moment. This is not about being strong. This is not about having the answers. This is about letting go of everything and finally letting God be God. Michael says you've been fighting battles in your head that heaven already won for you. You're carrying weight that's not yours. You've been punishing yourself for mistakes God already forgave. You've been waiting for confirmation, waiting for signs, when God has already been shouting through every breath, every whisper, every unexpected moment that you are loved, chosen, seen, and protected. But right now, you're tempted to give up. You're tempted to take the easier road. You're tempted to walk away from something God still intends to use for glory. Please don't do it. The enemy has sent confusion, planted fear, and tried to manipulate your emotions. That's why your heart has been unsettled. That's why your sleep has been broken. That's why your spirit feels like it's under pressure. It's not just stress. It's a spiritual battle. And Michael says, we are fighting for you. But you must choose to let go of the lie that you are alone. You're not. You never were.